Hello guys, it's Ben here from Next Gen Base, and we have a treat for you here. We've got a full Death Stranding 2 trophy guide, so if you're struggling for a trophy or you just want to see what's going on, then check this out, because there are 54 trophies required to unlock the platinum in this game, 16 of which are story based, and I'm not going to be covering the story based ones here. Just play the game and get yourself through it. Right, so easy ones out of the way first. The first 6 in this list are all pretty standard stuff that you'll be doing during the game. For the Promising Signs trophy, hold down on the D-pad and choose one of the online aid requests that are in the bottom right-hand corner. Standard orders will open up fairly early on in the game, and then that will allow you to complete the standard Porter trophy once you've got one of them. Similarly, the next 4 are pretty easy to grab. Once you've got the animal shelter unlocked, you'll know what to do here. So when you see an animal next, grab it and take it to the shelter to get this one. For the albino animal, check out in the desert near the Motherhood. I found an albino kangaroo hopping around, which got me the rare Specimin trophy. Glimpse in the SSS is almost mandatory, I think, in the story, but to do this, just hold down the options button, which brings up the SSS, and you can then read a post. Road Restorer is quite a key one in the game, so this will be available at a certain point in the story. I think it's Mission 3 in Australia. To get this one anyway, you head over to an auto paver, make sure you can deposit some chiral crystals, metals and ceramics until you've got a single section of the road that's been restored, and the trophy will pop. Rail Restorer is quite similar to this, but you need to complete a full stretch of the monorail to unlock this one, not just from one to the other. I found the link between F1 and I think it's F2 and maybe a little bit beyond. It was the easiest one to do. That goes up by the inventor and everything. So yeah, you need an absolute ton of resins, special alloys and chiral crystals, and then you fully restore a number of track layers, and then you get this trophy. The next batch of 6 I've kind of grouped into one, because really these are just achieved by playing the game for a long time and doing tons of orders. So for the Premier Porter trophy, you need to take out or complete a large number of orders, as well as deploying structures and other items that get a lot of likes from other players, which will fill out all of the segments on your Porter grades. And you also need to be stealthy and get into some combat as well. If you carry out a range of missions, you'll be able to get this one fairly easily. For the Keep On Connecting trophy, you need to connect all 42 sites to the chiral network across both Australia and Mexico. Now, some of those preppers will not be part of the main story, so you need to go off the beaten path to find them. I've marked them all on the maps here, so if you're missing any, pause them and go and check. Most of the porters will have a piece of missing cargo lying on the ground fairly nearby, so when you get near them, just use your scanner wherever possible to pick them up. And when you deliver them, you'll then get access to their delivery terminal, which allows you to complete a few more orders. The main exception for this one is Mr. Impossible. So he has, from what I could see, he only had one piece of missing cargo in the game until he was unlocked. And this is by the bridge near Terminal Fort Knot. So make your way down there to Terminal Fort Knot, or F8. Drop down here using a ladder or a climbing anchor, not like I did and fell, and then make your way back up to retrieve it and deliver it to Mr. Impossible. As his name would suggest, his deliveries are quite challenging, so make sure you're well equipped, and quite fun as well, to be fair. The natural end game trophy here is the Connecting Hearts and Minds trophy, which will just take you an enormous amount of time, as you need to connect every single prepper and fully max out the 5-star connection with them. I've gotten a little bit further since this screenshot was taken. I'm over halfway through this trophy now, and yeah, after 60 hours. So this one's for the hardcore. Self-improvement's next. This one's pretty simple. Just go into your ring terminal menu, select the APAS enhancements, and then just enable one once you've got the bandwidth to do so. Making it your own is another one that's fairly straightforward. You take a photo in photo mode, so press the bottom left of the touchpad when you're in gameplay to enter it, and then go back to your private room. You look at the big picture on the other side of the wall and select the option to customise it. I think it's triangle off the top of my head. Choose the photo that you took, and then the trophy's all yours. This cannot be done in the DHV Magellan, however. This has to be in a private room with the displays. Dig 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 is next up, which requires you to restore 3 different mines on the map. I've circled the 3 that are the earliest ones that you can access, but they're pretty common around the map. Just be aware that the Twin Valley mine is in the middle of an enemy camp, so you'll have to defeat them all first before you do this. Conqueror of the Golden CC is one that I got by accident, if I'm honest. I simply ran over one of the little golden chiral creatures that were near the animal shelter. I suppose you could shoot one if you're quick enough, but I was just a bit clumsy and I was rewarded for it. My first training session is quite easy. You head to your private room, look at the door and choose the view weapons options. Once you're in the room, go into the VR training, choose a mission and complete it. Voila! To get the Porters Make the World Go Round trophy, you need to spot a porter that's kind of wandering around the world. They can usually be found near prepper shelters when you get close. All you got to do is simply walk up to one of them and drop a piece of cargo on the floor. They will then look at it, they'll pick it up, they'll trade you for one of the pieces that they're carrying, and once they've traded, the trophy will pop. Emergency Worker is one that had genuinely stumped me for quite a while because the description's a little bit vague. So to get this one, you've got to find a structure in the world that's nearing ruin. So go to it and contribute some materials for its repair. To find one that's near ruin, if you look for the yellow hammer icon above it in the map, that's also it's also next to the structure when you get there. And then once you've donated some materials, either some or I don't think you have to complete the construction like I did here. Once you've done that, then it will unlock for you. Written in the Stars is one that you can obviously only get at night. So I got this one bathing in the hot spring near the Motherhood, where the prompt to look at the stars came up. So I pressed L1, held L1, searched the sky, and then you can see a constellation. Once you've found it, just focus on it for a couple of seconds and you'll get a massive like from the sky, and you'll get this trophy as well. While I'm on the topic of that hot spring, Spring into Life requires you to bathe in this spring, then follow the curious put the bucket on your head prompt. You'll be whisked away to Hartman's lab where you get the plans to dig a hot spring. Once you've got it, head to the location that's marked on your map and you'll be able to craft a spring and get this trophy. If you stick around in the spring in Hartman's lab, there's also a rather amusing scene with Dolman and Sam in the spring. Master Build is one that might catch you out. You need to complete all 12 structures in your PCC wheel, as well as a few other things alongside it. So you need a level 2 PCC. You also need to craft a ladder, a climbing anchor, a guidepost, a deployable shield, an electric trap, and a single sign from the wheel. But as with the first game, you cannot do just the foundations, so you've got to complete the structures by adding materials to them. This includes the bridge and the safe house. Just a reminder as well, you need to have gotten the Spring into Life trophy, the previous one, in order to get this one. The Scars Left by Giants requires you to head to the crater left over from the F3 Void Out. To get this one, you head east from the crater and then you navigate along the shallow tar until you reach it. Alternatively, you can wait until you complete your 5 stars with the Adventurer, but this way just gets you there a little bit quicker. Seasoned Porter is one that requires you to complete 10 different standard orders of each type with S ranks. Deliveries, recoveries, and either eliminations or destructions. You'll have to complete this trophy across both Australia and Mexico due to the lack of destruction or elimination missions, but if you search for orders using the filters, you can pinpoint exactly where the ones you're missing are. Just to stress, these have to be different orders. You cannot repeat them to get another entry. BT's best friend is heavily encouraged by the story, but to do this, you need to get to the point where you get an EX capture grenade in the story. Once you have that, all you need to do is damage a BT until its health is in the red. Then you throw the EX capture grenade into its mouth and you will pop the trophy. Right, from here on out, we are officially in spoiler territory. Please do not watch any further unless you want to be spoiled or you're looking for a specific trophy to complete. Still here? Okay, right. A private show needs to be done on the DHV Magellan. You will need to have unlocked the song Horizon Dreamer, which you get for connecting the musician to the network. If you play this song in your music player while you're in your private room, you'll notice that Dollman is having a little bit of a dance on his peg. If you talk to him, he will ask you a question, say that you've got time, and, well, this happens. If you make it all the way to the end of the performance, or I think you can actually skip it early, but as soon as you've seen the performance, then the trophy will ping. Let's just watch this because it's quite fun. So You're the Pizza Chef is a very silly trophy. I decided to do a full video on this because it's just great fun. But to get to this, you need to get this item from the bandit camp that's near the Pizza Chef's settlement. And once you've done that, you return it to him. Once you've completed the segment, it will pop. I would highly recommend playing this. Or if you're not going to be playing this, then go and watch our video that's on this segment, because it's ludicrous. It's brilliant. The Headless Rider's Unmasked is a side quest for the Ghost Hunter. I think it's the first quest that you get from him that's not a sort of standard delivery. I think it's a sub order. So all you've got to do is go and pick the quest up, and if you take a reverse trike over to the faulty auto paver that's flashing red, you'll basically be attacked, and then once you've fended off the attackers, this trophy will be yours. To learn the real story of the Ghost Hunter, you'll have to have completed the main story. So you'll have to have gotten to the end of Mission 16. And yeah, all you need to do is go over to him, go over to his shelter, make sure your drawbridge Cupid is turned on. Then you head into the shelter, try and access the delivery terminal, and you'll find that it is inaccessible. You'll have a conversation with Dollman, and this will pop the trophy. While we are on the subject of the Ghost Hunter, continue to fulfill standard orders for him, so deliver him some stuff. I think there's a really high priority or a high reward order from the Pioneer. There's a huge amount of stuff there, so basically get as many orders as you can over to the Ghost Hunter, get him to nearly 5 stars, do the sub orders as well, and you'll get a message on the SSS and he will give you one final sub order. You've then got to have a really long drive out to Terminal Fort Knot. Once you've gotten out to Terminal Fort Knot, you've got an encounter with an enormous BT, and once you've defeated it, you will have this trophy in your collection. And finally, the last trophy that I'm going to talk about here, because I'm not talking about story stuff, is the Showdown at the Tar Lake. So much like the Ghost Hunter story, simply complete standard orders until new ones appear at the Fisherman's Shelter. He's got a few sub orders as well. I think there's a couple of retrievals, so you've got to go out and grab him some bits, but basically just go through his story to completion until you hit 5 stars. And when you do hit 5 stars, you will be up against yet another massive BT. This one floats above you and all the rest of it. Essentially just shoot a load of rockets at it, bring it down, and then once it's complete, this trophy and hopefully the Platinum trophy will also be yours. The Death Stranding 2 Platinum. Like I say, it will take you ages because you have to get that 5 stars for every prepper. I'm probably about 65-70 hours in at this point, and I'm not quite there. It's nearly there, but there's just a few more. I think there's a couple more in Mexico that I haven't quite maxed out yet. But yeah, I've had a huge amount of fun with this game. Let us know if you are going to be going for the Platinum. Let us know if you've got it already. We're only a day or so after early access, so I doubt anybody's got it just yet because of the amount of time it's going to take. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. Please do get yourself subscribed and do tell a friend if this video has helped you out in any way, shape or form, because it all helps. But that's me, I think, near enough officially done with Death Stranding 2 for now. As soon as I've got the Platinum, I'm going to have a little break for it because I've mainlined this game for the past 3.5 weeks and it has been so much fun. But I think I need to do something else with my time for the moment. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. We do appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.